Welcome to our explainer on mastering Supermicro's IPMIView. Look, if you manage servers, you know that horrible feeling when a machine freezes and it's sitting in a data center miles away. Well, IPMIView is your remote command center, and we're about to show you exactly how to take complete control right from your desk.
So what is IPMI really? Just think of it like a direct lifeline to your server's hardware. It communicates with a special little chip on the motherboard called the Baseboard Management Controller, or BMC. This gives you what's called out-of-band access. That means you can power cycle a totally frozen machine, check its vital signs, or even update its firmware, all without the main OS even being involved. And that's the whole point, right? IPMIView brings all of that power into one place. You can forget about that late-night drive to a freezing cold data center. You get total control over the server's power, you can monitor its health, and you can troubleshoot problems, all from one single application. So, here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with setting up your command center, then move into adding and grouping your systems. After that, we'll get into monitoring their health, decoding the event log when things go wrong, and finally, locking it all down with proper security. Okay, first things first, you can't manage what you can't see, so let's get our servers added into the IPMIView console and build out our dashboard. Adding a new system is super straightforward. You just pop into the File menu, give your server a name you'll actually remember, punch in its unique IP address, and that's pretty much it. You're connected. But here's where IPMIView gets really powerful, especially when you start managing more than just a few machines. Instead of just a long, flat list of servers, you can organize them into logical groups. This is what takes you from managing individual boxes to orchestrating your entire infrastructure. Just imagine the efficiency gain here. You can create a group for, say, all your web servers. Then you can perform actions, like checking sensors or even rebooting, on all of them at the exact same time. It's a massive, massive time saver. All right, so now that our servers are organized, let's jump over to the Sensors tab and see how we can turn this into a real-time health dashboard for everything. You've got two main ways to look at sensor data. The graphic view is perfect for a quick visual checkup. Think of it like the dashboard in your car. But for a really deep dive, the text view gives you this detailed, sortable list with exact readings and thresholds. Now, in that graphic view, these are the vitals you're always going to be watching. It's basically an EKG for your server. Are the fans spinning right? Are the critical voltages stable? Are the temps in a safe range? This one screen can tell you the whole story of your server's health in an instant. Okay, but what if you're tracking a really critical issue and you need live data? Constantly clicking the refresh button just isn't practical, right? Yep, IPMIView has you covered. You can easily set up a custom refresh interval. This gives you a near real-time stream of health data, turning your console into a live, hands-off monitoring station. So when one of those sensors does go critical and something goes sideways, your first stop should always be the System Event Log, or SEL. Think of it as the black box recorder for your server. You've got a few key controls for managing the log data. Get is what you'll use to pull all the events from the server's memory. Save is super important. It lets you export the log to a file for later analysis or just for your records. And of course, once an issue is fixed, you can delete the logs to get a clean slate. But the real power here, the thing that will save you so much time, is the filtering. Instead of scrolling through hundreds of routine OK messages, you can filter by severity and instantly jump to that one critical event that tells you exactly what failed and when. It turns troubleshooting from a guessing game into a science. Okay, let's talk security. When you have this much power, the ability to remotely reboot hardware, locking down access isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely 100% critical. This quote is pulled directly from the user guide, and it really should be the first rule of server management. Default passwords are a huge, glaring security risk. Changing them needs to be the very first thing you do, no exceptions. So IPMIView uses a tiered privilege system, which is your key to implementing what we call the principle of least privilege. An administrator has the keys to the kingdom. An operator can do most day-to-day tasks, but can't mess with core settings. And a user, well, a user can look, but they can't touch. Assigning these roles properly is just fundamental to good security. Now, to make sure your management traffic isn't being spied on, you have to enable encrypted sessions. You'll want to choose the modern IPMI 2.0 standard with RMCP+. Just check that encryption box, and you've told IPMIView to scramble all communication between your console and the server's BMC, keeping everything private. And this is a perfect example of layered security. For newer systems, you can add another layer of protection by turning on automatic account lockouts. After a few failed login attempts, the system just locks the account. This is your #1 defense against automated brute force attacks.
Okay, so let's just take a breath and do a quick recap of everything we've walked through in this explainer.
You're now basically equipped with the core skills to really take command. You know how to add and organize your servers, how to monitor their health in real time, how to dive into the logs to find the root cause of a problem, and, most importantly, how to lock it all down with strong security practices. You know, a tool like this really does give you the power to completely transform how you manage your infrastructure, making you more proactive and way more efficient. So the real question to think about is, with this total remote control at your fingertips, what's the very first thing you're going to streamline in your daily workflow?